A 13-8 in Turtle Troop. They take that map of Ascent. Welcome back, everybody, to VALORANT Challengers North America. This is the mid-season cup, and it is the semifinals where Turtle Troop are just one map away from guaranteeing their spot in the grand finals and phasing Oxygen over there. And on the other side, we were watching an M80 that was trying to find an answer. They kind of did after the fourth round on both of the halves, but M80, it was too late, and it was more than anything just a Turtle Troop that was looking so good.
Yeah, to me, on both teams, I felt like the ciphers were really holding down the site. So Corey in particular was just making it very difficult for M80 to go on to the B site with the trip set that he had going on B. But also Nitro was playing really well on Cypher, playing in some off angles and playing around the cages. But M80, they had good retakes. I just felt like the attacking side for Turtle Troopers was just a little bit stronger. They had all the right util in the right spots to flush out the angles and get the spike down.
Yeah, and I want to give a huge shout out to Stellar because they had a stellar performance. But
okay.
But
no.
Real talk though, it was honestly an impeccable attack calling by Stellar on both sides, to be honest. And not only that, not only was he calling extremely well, but he put up huge numbers.
He's just one of those guys that looks very calm and collected every single time, and I feel like you always have those two different versions of your IGL and the guy who's gonna be making those calls, and he's just the calm and collected. Everything is fine. Everything is going according to plan, and this is how we're gonna close out the series, which is exactly what Turtle Troop was able to do. It seems like they look like a very clean team from the beginning, and this is what we talked about even before going into this map. They have many different plans, many different strategies on how they're going to secure these individual rounds, these individual duels that they're going against. And Roy, there was a specific round that really does explain it, so break it down for us.
Happily. So right here, you can see that they're pushing, Turtle Troops are pushing into the A space. They have B-Dog all the way in enemy territory. They're putting a lot of pressure on this A site, right? But this is all just the ruse. If you look over towards the mid-B area, you can see that they're deadlocking the spawn. They've cut off the rotates. Look how isolated Nitro is back here. There's no one around to help them, and they're about a 4-man take the site with full util. And this is just a kind of an example of just how well they looked, like how well the calling was structured, how good their strategy was, and they had it completely just checkmated.
Towards the beginning, they had that immediate read, and you see how fast their reaction is of going to the B side, going with that deadlock, and denying any possibilities for that defensive side on the other side to get any chance. Those are the many ideas that we've seen for Turtle Troop throughout. I think we really do get the chance to see them on Ascent with this deadlock, where we got to see today a mix of a little bit of what we've seen in the last couple of days and new things like that round that was guaranteeing that momentum to go the way of this squad. Now, Emily, I think something that we also noticed so much was how it was so momentum based for Turtle Troop as well. Not only was their strategy good, but it was just momentum 4 rounds in a row towards the first half and 4 rounds in the second half. That was, I mean, pretty much the whole game.
Yeah, so that's why I think this game was really difficult for M80. Like you said, they didn't have the lead early on both halves. They were down essentially 6 rounds from both halves disadvantage. So that's really difficult and unfortunate for them because Turtle Troopers just had such good hits. I felt like they had the hits, they had the splits like Roy just highlighted, and because of the disadvantage and their good hits, it was just unfortunate that there wasn't enough rounds for them to kind of crawl back up on the board.
There were some good ideas. There were some explosive plays that we saw for Koala, for example. But again, it was just not enough. Now, we're going to map number 2 that can guarantee a Turtle Troop moving to the grand finals, or it can be the start of that comeback for M80. And that map is their map pick for M80. Is this map of Breeze, where the casters were talking a little bit about it. It was a map that I am surprised that M80 wants to go to this map. It's a map that we saw against TSM. It went up to an infinite overtime in 18-16 to close it out, and it took BCJ dropping 32. It took a lot of an M80 that towards the beginning, Roy, were not looking to warm up, and then they got the hang of it.
Yeah, I mean, they were doing a fantastic job, but Em, I think you had a really good point. I honestly kind of want you to elaborate on it.
About Breeze?
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted to point out Breeze because first of all, I'm confused why they wouldn't pick Lotus to be the second map. Instead, it's the Decider. So this is a little bit confusing to me. But for Breeze, the only time that we saw them play it was versus TSM, and that was only during this season. So we're really going into unknown territory versus Turtle Troopers for Breeze. I'm a little bit worried, to be honest, because if Turtle Troopers did their homework and was preparing for the maps, although they might not really be expecting Breeze to be a map pick from M80, they at least have a generalized idea of their compositions, and they have a very typical comp that we would see from them. So they're going to have the counters, and they're going to be prepared. I'm very, very confused why Lotus isn't the second map. But either way, M80 picked it. So maybe they picked it for a reason, and we will see very shortly.
I think Emmy, you and I kind of share this, right? We're both IGLs. We're kind of both the strategists, and we kind of understand the sort of discomfort of like unknown as an IGL, right? Like we'd much rather go into maps where like we feel prepared, we kind of know what to expect. But now you're going against the most X Factor team probably in the entire league, to be honest. And two, you're going into a map where you don't even know what they're doing. So not only are the individuals just very unpredictable, but now you're going into a map where you don't know what to expect from the composition. You don't know how they're going to play the map, and it's just complete blindness.
Especially for a team like Turtle Trooper, right? If it was a team that you already know, they play the standard comps, they run the same thing everybody does, you're like, okay, it's okay, don't worry. But when it's a Turtle Trooper and you haven't seen them in a long time, you know they've been cooking, you know they've been preparing something for this match and to try to close it out into. And I wonder what that's gonna be. I feel like for sure that at least we'll get the same Jet duel that we saw on this map of Ascend, where B-Dog is gonna be on the Jet. I know we have Corey as well playing the duelist sometimes and has done it sometimes, but it seems like it's not going to be the case as we jump into this Agent Select. Yeah, it is going to be Roy, this Koala against B-Dog on the Jet, and everything else looks as it should be on Breeze.
Yeah, this is as cookie cutter as, as standard as vanilla as it gets, pretty much. Like, it can't get any more standard than this. So it's all going to come down again to just stylistic differences and who's popping off. And, a wise man once said, this is a map where shooters have to shoot. And may the shooters win.
And that's literally what this map is about. Just shooting from far, from close. You don't know how that's going to go, Emily. When you look at this map, is there a player that you think can be the difference maker for M80? Last time they played it, it was VCJ. But I feel like it can really be anybody for these two teams.
It really could be anybody. I mean, BCJ was definitely the person that kept them in the game the last time we saw them play Breeze, and we're seeing a mirror comp. So as an in-game leader myself, when I see a mirror comp, it kind of simplifies things for you a little bit. Whatever we're most likely going to be doing is something that they're most likely going to be doing. So you kind of have a generalized idea because we see the same type of agents that they're going to be playing against. So I'm expecting some sniping going on from Koala Noob, and BCJ really just helping Koala Noob hand in hand, getting that info so he has a generalized idea of where he needs to be shooting at.
This could be a 2-0 for Turtle Troop, making it all the way to the grand finals, or an M80 start of a comeback. We'll see what's going to happen on the second map of Breeze. And with that, Casters, Lemon, and Vans, take it away.
Yes, series point for Turtle Troop. A $6,000 Breeze map is coming up, and Turtle Troop, they're not excited. They have banned Breeze so many times throughout the stage. We haven't seen them at all on this map. Best of luck.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen Turtle Troop play this map since like the Knights monthly gauntlet of like November 2023. So this is like looking back at off-season days where I think they even pulled out a Sky at that point. I don't even know if Sky still had a rechargeable flash at that moment in time. So like it's been a while since I've seen them play on this map of Breeze. So I was quite intrigued to see if they were going to come out with something crazy like they did on Ascent so that they could fully counter M80. But I think they're going back to, or just going and reverting to what it is the tried and true, as what Roy was mentioning before. Just being comfortable on the rules, being comfortable on the agent comps, and just allowing those players that popped off on that previous map, B-Dog, Stellar, you're hoping that they have the same type of looks that they did on that previous map. But I still love the fact that you're seeing so many various roles in the hands of Corey. One day he's Jet, one day he's Neon, one day he's Sniper, this time he's KO. And for me, he's kind of like the Mitch right now of Oxygen Esports. So good luck now for M80 as you have more tape on you on this very map. So TTR, do you know? Can you counter?
Oh, and the molly thrown at their feet. Koala Noob and Nismo collapsed into the middle. And just, man, these mollies are crazy. And
Yeah.
TTR completely caught off. And Koala Noob had such a great performance on this map against TSM, outperforming 2 duelists of Seven and Sim on the Yoru and the Chet. So Koala Noob, he's used to making those big plays. Of course, BCJ with a 32 bomb is totally awesome, but all of M80, they picked this map for a reason.
Yeah, at least the first one was a poison orb that was thrown out there by Silence, as they looked like they were trying to orb that up and work for mid control, as you still had, you know, Adder throwing his util, camera up on the elbows, they could try to pinch in that area. But a good call to start things off for M80, knowing that they lost on Ascent, thinking that they had a recipe of success for success on Ascent and got denied that possibility. I love that they're not playing scared in their pistol round on their map pick to walk down middle, win those fights, and now having potentially a clean retake.
Oh, they don't know. They don't know. They're not even facing that direction. TTR, check the flank. Oh, that's a lot of people to worry about. Try to just be as far away as you can. Stellar on the cross will get one for the road, but this has been an M80 round from the start.
And that allows Hero Diffuse to come through. I'm just trying to see if they're going to give it to BCJ. Yes, they are. So that they could try to do a little bit more deniability here. And I'm okay with it as well. Trying to pick up some shares towards the end too. Yeah, so just trying to see how they're cycling their ultimates. Who's going to try to bring out first? And as, again, when Roy was quoting out the wise man, that was Psycho saying, let the shooters shoot here on a map like Breeze. I kind of like that you're giving this Hunter's Fury for BCJ instead of a pit, because you're going to allow, if you have a pit up, you won't allow players like Koala Noob to play this long-range sniper, to play the rifles, and to aim diff, you know, B-Dog or anybody else he has to come up against. So it gives a chance right now for them to have a much stronger defensive hold based on their play style. You're pulling out an outlaw in round number 2 to watch towards the hallway, and that might be a one-on-one. Immediately that goes against Adder, and a victory out for Koala Noob.
And M80 are playing close at the B side too, with the camera at the corner, hoping to just have Nismo swing and react, but there's not even gonna be anybody there. TTR
Poison orb emitting.
lost 2 people on entry. Might as well play for picks and see what they can get. They're at a gun disadvantage, so you're just hoping for the best, and TTR make their way in. Corey goes 1 for 1. It's not the worst thing ever. It won't be flawless for M80. But Koala Noob with the outlaw. 3 going for 4. Had to reload. Dashes out. Comes back for more. And Silence gets the last laugh. But really, it's M80 laughing all the way to the bank.
But unfortunately, trying to juggle this up. Oh, BCJ got it just on time. Or just in time, rather. Yeah, it was almost at a moment where they couldn't really get the extra upgrades because there was a Guardian coming out through. But in the end, it works out. Nice little read here by Koala Noob to get that first pick. Some clean shots, not clean on all of them, but, you know, these guys are warming up to the play, getting these shots in. And we got a nice little cheeky camera to watch an A side passively. Double stall with playing with the Viper for M80 in their bonus round, rather. And a fast pivot by TTR, split towards the A side. Another great read.
It's hunting season, and wow, the Ducks are really elusive this season. Like, how did you not get anything there? And Sanders through the smoke. I guess you don't need eyes to shoot. But TTR, they need more bodies. They want to make this a breeze of an offense. And Nader with an equalizer. It's all up to Stellar. Knows he probably doesn't have time to plant. Catches M80 on rotations. Gonna tap the spike. The force. Koala Noob bounce. The simple clutch for Stellar.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it that Stellar once again is stepping up to the plate for these moments. Everything was perfectly set up for M80. Look at the setups that you had for the traps. Look at the walls to decay players and to get more damage on your bonus round to do all of this damage against your opponents. Now as they run back inside the site, they watch the wrong angle, and Guardian once again in the hands of Stellar. Yet he wins this clutch without planning the spike. So there's a little bit of overcommitment for M80 with how they held on that bonus and unfortunately overheated and got punished. And Beta lines up 2 for the collat with that second shot.
Jesus Christ. Like, just revenge. Just kind of what Emily said of when you play a mirror comp, you can just do what they do. Or at least expect it. Great first pick out of B-Dog. Now giving full hallway control to TTR. Making their way all the way through spawn. They could backstab Xander here. Adder completes that, forces Nitro to pay attention. And just catching them to TTR on their tail. And it's only up to Nismo. And that is it. TTR equalize.
Starting to unravel here, Lemon Kiwi. Starting to look pretty good for TTR. Those moments where we saw here on Ascent. It's not necessarily on, you know, when you're playing the most vanilla comps on Ascent or the most vanilla comps here on Breeze, it's not about who's able to shoot better, but it's also who's able to find those better timings. And it's TTR once again in their attack sides, finding great timings behind M80s. First off, great read came out from B-Dog to beeline the shot with the Outlaws. But everything following that were all backstabs.
This is close. And up. Oh, no way. Take your time with it, Koala Noob. He wasn't even looking. And that'll be a scramble. B-Dog helps them establish into a TTR, crossing the Viper's wall and getting Nismo. Koala Noob, that op coming from main, and maybe a backstab there from Adder. He can deny this before the shot comes in. Okay. Eventually works out for TTR, all up to BCJ with the 1v2. One shot, one Aldrone, one opportunity, one hair left on his head with the 1 HP. Either way, TTR on a roll.
I saw we were gonna drop bars and we're going back to 8 Mile soundtrack. Are we dating ourselves again? I feel like we are. But no, great job at least there for yeah, there's that timeout that you much need here at this point for M80. Because TTR continuing to have great positioning here in these post-plant moments. And as you saw, again, great util being utilized by Corey, as I said before. A superstar in different roles and really finding his groove right now in this on this roster with TTR. Those pop flashes that were thrown behind the Viper wall and also behind B-Dog so that he could swing out towards that left pyramid to get those picks. Those are crucial pieces of utility that enables your duelist to just do what they need to do. Focus on what's in front of your screen. Focus on what's in front of your crosshair. Land those shots. Even if you die, you took your 1 with you. You took your 2 with you. You're dwindling down forces on the defense, which allows more space for TTR to set up for the pulse plans, and also delaying enough for someone like Adder to lurk up towards that mid castle and get that pick and that crossfire setup with the M&M drop there to get that kill onto BCJ. So yeah, M80, they need to start figuring things out very quickly. If not, this might be another upset victory going into the mid-season company semifinals today. The first one being a nice little victory by Oxygen down to the wire on the third map against MXS. And this time, potentially TTR winning a 2-0 against M80.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, what if Koala Noob got that op shot at the beginning of the round? You wouldn't have this annoying Cypher mid. But TTR, Knives, Aldrone, checking things out. Viper Wall comes up and Shock Bolt to suppress TTR into main. Now this hallway skirmish could also develop where Adder could get an off angle at the door if BCJ even allows it. TTR, they're starting to enter. Hunter's Fury is a distraction. The Jet makes their way to the right. B-Dog goes 1 for 1. The Mollies, you have to play kind of hop, skip, and a jump over it. TTR on their side of pyramids. The Aldrone from BCJ puts him in a bad spot, not having full control of a door. BCJ was trusting in his team a little too much.
Yeah.
And now TTR have so much real estate to work with.
Almost feels like he couldn't hear it because he was in his drone and the drone is already all the way up towards main, which unfortunately will Leave one more player remaining for M80, and I don't think he's going to be able to do too much here for Kolanu. Lots of time wasted trying to find some exits. Give yourself a chance, only for one. And off that timeout, I mean, it's nothing too bad. This was actually an eco round that you had from M80. If the focus is on now, trying to bring out the operator once again for Kolanu. You mentioned it before. What if he landed that shot against Xander? Will they try that again? Or sorry, not Xander, against Adder. Will they try that again because he was so close to landing that shot before, where they're realizing that that TTR is on a heavy A side lean with late lurks from Adder on this mid/elbow, and they might have a way and an opportunity to punish that very early. As I say that, you see this lean continuing on this A side, but the off is just watching the line into B main instead of pushing through.
Okay, M80 are stepping through the smoke. They're like that. Null command activated from Corey and M80. It just depends on Xander to make the big plays. Completely catching TTR off guard. Where TTR, their success has come from that A hallway control and finding angles around. And M80 decided, well, we're not even going to let you use angles. We're not going to let you have space at all.
That was kind of sick, though. A nice attempt by Corey. As he was walking inside, Molly's inside of there, so that nobody could run through that orb and then ults at the same time, so that, one, he gets away of all that utility that's being thrown on a defense, hoping that his teammates could trade, and then res him right after. But then Xander goes nuclear and just has a beautiful force shot, and then potentially the ace.
Oh, they're leaving it for him. Do it.
Give it to him. Give it to him. Boom!
Ace from Xander.
That is the best play we've ever done together. I love it.
They're like something like those soccer casters.
Yeah.
That just like hold a note. I ain't built like that.
Don't you mean European football?
Actually.
Let me just tell you. Let me just tell you about Xander, actually, on how he's freaking awesome.
Preach.
Yeah, so again, when we talk about them on the desk being the star players, but there's still a core around the M80, right? Nismo, Kolanu, and Xander, all three of them together have always been pivotal pillars to the M80 core. And when, unfortunately, you don't have too much of a heater coming out from Nismo and Kolanu lately, at least you could still count on somebody like Xander. Getting a 4K, now putting a pit up, isolating the A main side. We talked about it before, right? You wanted to try to get the ults up as soon as possible for BCJ so they could fight long range together. But now they're realizing, okay, these long range plays are not really working out because we're getting out-timed. So they pull up a pit, and now they could focus on tighter angles and less areas to look at. Because they have
B-side holders are so bored, though.
Exactly.
They're putting the Cypher util in A hallway, and this is slow things down for TTR. They dash on top of the yellow or orange, I guess. But either way, first blood. Hunter's Fury. Dip, dive, and dodge. Oh, B-Dog can't get out. He has been put down permanently.
That was
Still a
another
plant.
dodgeball reference. I finally got it when you called me cotton at the beginning of the cast.
I literally explained it to you.
Shut up. They don't need to know that.
Well, that's just going to explain to you why A hallway control is important. M80 now claw their way back in. TTR hide in the pits. They're about to be evacuated and evicted. Silence has to hold their own, but just a spray of bullets takes them out. So is the pit. And the one-way two, the double jet smoke. Spike being tapped. And TTR are forced to have a response. Stellar in a 1v2. Such good information. And he clutches it for Turtle Troop.
A second Zippo clutch coming out of Stellar, the IGL of Turtle Troop. A round that once again should not have gone into the side of the attack side of TTR. They had a perfect move at the beginning for Turtle Troop, perfectly read by the rest of M80, knowing that A Halls was going to be weak with the continuous amount that TTR are leaning towards the A side, getting all of these picks. Yet it comes down to a recon dart on the wall. It's not being checked. It's not being shot out. You're too afraid to break the dart, and it becomes an easy kill for Stellar. That's playing in the minds of M80. And M80 was trying to turn that over. Yeah, couldn't get that kill.
Come on, bruh. One. Oh, now he's about to get... Oh, that was dangerous. Okay, that's very far away. I have glasses. I couldn't even see that, so... I don't blame him for not.
I'm 40 and I have 20/20 vision, so I don't know what your problem is.
You're 40?
Oh, yeah, shoot. No, you know what? Let's...
quick distraction.
Up draft dash. flash.
TTR. Well, there's one person to worry about. Now 0. TTR. I was wondering how B was gonna look, and with the Cypher util being all over, sometimes A hallway, sometimes B, I guess TTR switched up and it works out. B-Dog a little too alpha on that wall though.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like we're kind of like off the group in this cast right now, but it just shows, it comes to show how TTR just has so much ease going into these sites. But there's finally some sort of action coming back. Retaliation out of M80, a drone to get information on both players. But Nismo can't go for the shot.
3-2. BCJ, the illusion of the wall. You don't know where we are. Pick a side. Corey, he's getting nervous now, trying to spray through, and even got some damage into Nismo. There they emerge. Nismo wins. BCJ doesn't, but Stellar. Corey was right. This guy really is Stellar.
Yep. I mean, Stellar is kind of looking like Mitch again. As I said before, Corey looked like Mitch before with the amount of roles that you play in a team. But in terms of fragging capabilities, as Stellar so far on this map, compared to how Mitch was on Bind, like he cannot miss right now. The flick to get that second kill, everything is just working out for TTR. Where the shooters could shoot and who could shoot better, it's definitely Turtle Troop this time around on the attack. And this is really breaking the econ around M80. They're going to try to force a Blade Storm back onto the wall. He loves to do this. And actually, it's being read at the beginning. And Koala understands that, so he walks down instead. He might have an opportunity to help out into the split that TTR is currently doing. So he could help out the players of M80 as everybody's leaning towards that side. There's no trip, though.
Is A hallway abused for free?
Yeah, especially with no trip.
And Xander's gonna be screwed. He's gonna get shot in the back. And B-Dog is the one that gets shot in the back. Great reaction out of Xander with 2. As Xander and B-Dog emerge from A hallway.
Wait.
Xander is relentless. TTR could not stop him.
Wait. Xander and Corey just went through the wall simultaneously. Where Corey's like, okay, I got some fights towards that back. I got a timing. And then little does he know, as he's laser focused, trying to take down the person towards yellow, Xander's just behind him, back to back, and just shooting his teammates down. Xander just had a perfect time. Look at this right here to get that 3rd kill. And who's behind that wall? This man right here. So hyper focused to take on BCJ and Nismo. But man, another heroic round coming out from Xander. So both Xander and Stellar are keeping this game or very one-sided or close, depending on which side of the coin you're looking at. And that's TTR, still in the lead by 2.
Oh, Hunter's Fury. Oh, Nismo could not dodge it. And that's an opening pick for TTR. The null command activated there for TTR, I believe, and they're just gonna grab orb and dip because yeah, remember last time TTR tried to go in, they got 4K'd, so don't blame them. Ooh, some nuts pressure from Adder. Who expects someone to be there? I don't blame Nitro. Now you got neural theft. This is a locked in, sealed out round for TTR, it feels like.
You like to think, though, unless Xander goes nuclear again. He's dancing around the backside. Snakebite gets him out. There's the backstab. And now, yes, it's over.
Yeah, the goat is dead. Long may he reign. You got the plant, TTR, Koala Noob. Oh!
Spike planted.
Oh, that wasn't even him. But he still has the op. Saving it would be great.
That's the only thing that's really working out for M80 for the next round. I mean, they could still buy around this, but if Koala Noob could save this operator, he could maybe buy some sort of gun, some sort of weapon for BCJ. Is staying alive here, he'll be at 1,800 because he only saves 1,000 credits, which could potentially give what? A Spectre over to BCJ so that BCJ could get util. But it looks like they were trying to hunt him down for TTR, able to get away from that one. So at least he'll be able to save the op. Nonetheless, so the end of the story continues once again to be TTR. With the amount of times that we're pushing towards the A site, and then you're finally giving a chance here for M80 to set up for A site holds, they're doing consistent B pushes now, and it's really throwing M80 for a loop on how they can anchor these sites. So I just love how it looks almost so simplified on these calls for Stellar, but it just works because they're perfect in those fundamentals when they're executing these sites.
Keep the op the op. Will Koala Noob get that first blood in mid? I'm itchy waiting for it. I know it's coming. I believe, as long as he doesn't have a ton of util being thrown his way. Wait, B-Dog. Now B-Dog chose that shot. Well, what's going on? He's not even looking at you, but hey, Adder will benefit. Turn those profits, and Koala turns silence to mush. Oh, B-Dog got put down. Koala dude with the shotgun. Gross. But Adder is the hero for Turtle Troop. And with this drone going on the other side of the wall, it's gonna see Nitro maybe. The timing is a little off, but TTR are the ones that have the setup shooting M80 in the back all the time.
And that's the
without
thing.
reading them. 8-4 half.
M80 thinks that they have timings on these retakes on flanks or whatnot, and they're still getting backstabbed every single time. And this time, and they're like, okay, well, these guys are continuously hitting B site. Maybe the elbow is weak. And it almost worked out. I mean, they fought against it. Somehow at 10 HP, Koala Noob gets 2 kills. But everything outside of that, inside the site, the retakes, they haven't been the cleanest so far for M80. Just because, again, the timings have been so good for TTR. And thankfully, the nightmare is over. It's now time for M80 to take the attack.
Yeah, we don't need Bad Dog. We need Big Dog. Absolutely. Both Jets, I feel like they have these easy shots. I don't know why I'm criticizing. I'm like bronze, so go off, Kings. Like, you're the ones playing for thousands of dollars. I'll pipe down a little bit. But, hey, a lot of mid-control for M80. The Sheriffs standing and delivering. Koala, this is your chance to shine. Oh, look at this hallway presence from TTR. Nitro, be careful. Watch out behind you, I would say, if I was in comms with X-Ray.
With cheats. And yeah, at least for M80, they don't have cheats, so Nitro gets backstabbed there. So again, another one of these moments. I feel like we're a broken record at this point. Oh, this guy gets shot in the back. This guy gets shot in the back. Look, Xander's going around. This wall's about to come down. He might get shot in the back here by Adder. At least they're trying to tap a spike to flush out TTR.
Right here.
But TTR are playing it a little bit more cautiously.
Scanning ahead.
This recon will allow for them to flood back.
Uh-oh. 3v3. A big old flank from TTR. Was it worth the 1 kill?
One enemy
Dog always got the lineup on that elbow. It's looking
Feeling
juicy. BCJ, 1v2. A lot of injuries. But whose health insurance is going to pay out? Ooh, it's TTR with pistols.
Wow. I almost felt it too for BCJ. I thought he'd be able to do what the Seller did a couple of rounds ago with the recon dart ping and getting the information on last kills. And your Sheriffs as well. That was a 1 shot to the chest for B-Dog to take him down, and 2 for Stellar. But unfortunately, the shots not connect. Running out of juice here from the last performance that he threw on Breeze with 32 kills. This time, unfortunately, could not save the round for M80, which this is crazy. Have they actually won a single pistol round today for M80? I think they won 1 out of the 4 so far.
Yeah, in this map.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's very...
Remember?
That's,
Remember? Your 40 is showing.
Yeah, true. All right, but ×2, we're talking about M80 now. So they got a spike plant down. So hopefully they're going to be able to get some economy going into the next round and maybe even convert into another plant this time around. They're just looking for some sort of a hit earlier on with this outlaw, and it works out. This is beautiful to put up the wall and try to get the plant down.
Oh. Okay. Just dashing away from Corey there. Well, Xander is the victim. So numbers are equalized, and the plant still goes down. Someone help BCJ. He's like on an island. At least Koala will try to support at a distance with the outlaw. And what's going on here off screen? Well, B-Dog being Big Dog. And now they've reestablished themselves on pyramids. Trying to play from main. Nothing to do but outshoot. That's 3 for B-Dog, and the defuse will be stuck, and TTR will go up to 10.
Again, Copium. They got 2 plants going through. Now the outlaw that they invested, though. Oh, wait. It's a Marshall. They just realized, wait, you gave me the Marshall. That is actually really funny. That is funny, because I was about to say the outlaw that was invested by Koala Noob is now in the hands of B-Dog, but then they picked up the Marshall instead. So there's now silver lining for M80, actually, to do some damage with the rifles that they have in this round with those 2 plants that move forward. Nismo is stuck with nothing but a Sheriff and utility because they tried to go for that gamble. He's the one that bought the outlaw for Koala Noob so they could try to convert that round, and it almost worked out.
Cage 3.
Oh, you heard him stomping away. You got vision
Oh,
too.
you're
Hallway
screwed.
control, TTR. They're coming to you in M80. They don't want this.
Wait,
They
that's
stop.
sick.
No, wait, Nitro fires back with 2. Wait. He has dwindled TTR down. Maybe you're onto something with this M80 cope. They're only up by 1. Koala noob. I guess Adder just decided to give up.
Yeah.
Put his gun down.
That's
Hands
where-
up, white flag.
That's where it's going to change, right? Like, even if Nitro looked like he was like scrambling, that was so much information that he was able to garnish there for M80 and force that tempo and the prioritization of M80 to rush up towards that B site for this plant. So that was very, very nicely done. He saw what, all 4 out of 5, and they're like, okay, there's maximum 1 player inside B. Let's just get it. They upgrade weapons on top of that. Nismo now has a Guardian, which actually he is amazing with this rifle, with this bolt action rifle over on the aiming side with the Guardian in hand. So this could still be something that they could utilize even if they want to put him against B-Dog. I wouldn't take that away from M80 if Nismo is able to land those type of shots again.
B-Dog wants that op so bad, he's going to go with light shields to do it.
Yeah.
Go for it. It's going to be a nest. Alpha move. Now, do you even try to take the shot? You don't want to reveal that you have an op, but the Koala noob gets revealed. The smoke drops. He's caught out with his pants down, and now M80 are caught without a duelist. How do you get into these sites?
At least they have 3 players stacked up for the crossfire set up inside A, and Silence is just hidden here for TTR.
BCJ able to even things up. M80 pushing from double doors. Silence just lurking on the other side of that half wall. M80, okay, wasn't the start that they wanted, but at least they'll go for the plant and the neural theft. They know the push is coming from mid, so this is gonna be quite the gunfight. At 10-5, this is everything for TTR. What? How did he see that? Oh, Xander. Oh, the smoke. Can't distract him enough.
When they just know they're on the reads of what they have. Beautiful hat being thrown by Nitro, understanding now that both players are rotating out from middle, and it just allowed Xander to just ADS in the perfect spot above railing to get that beautiful pick. And yeah, despite them losing the duelist at the beginning, it stays in a death ball for M80 that they did quite well for these trades. And you needed Nitro to come out late on that lurk, and finally he did at the right time so that they could actually get this round, also keep an op in the next round, and also break the economy of TTR. This is looking pretty good right now for M80 to still have great control of this attack side half.
Just Xander pulling aces and 4Ks out of his hat, and they only win like 6 rounds. M80 need Christ, okay? And they need 4 extra rounds to catch up in the score. They got good mid control, and that gives Koala Noob a pick onto Corey, who's sitting on the A site, thinking you're safe. Koala Noob jumping above. Good damage. The butter knives hurt quite a bit. And TTR just physically removed from the A site. Nitro enters in, gets a 2K while all the scramble is happening mid. M80 took advantage of the distraction and pull out a win from the hat.
I like that. Switching out to the Blade Storm, dropping it over to Xander so he could go for a rifle and create more space. And despite them losing that rifle, it doesn't matter. It's still good economy that you currently have for M80. This is 3 rounds in a row. They still have this op to work with. And actually, they're giving the op over to BCJ. So I think this is one of those drone and Hunter's Fury to create some space in the B site with Koala Noob, and then just have your op into B main. So mid prio is the call now for M80 to start, and there's nobody there from TTR to really help, except for B-Dog, who's looking to op it from tunnel.
It's not over. M80 Cope rise up,
Pop flash.
making their way. But this is how Koala Noob got caught last time. This time he just steps up into the shot. B-Dog dashes out when it looked like Nismo had him hard locked. Spike in mid. M80 seeing if B-Dog is going to peek again. You know the op is at B. Do M80 want to test those waters?
Oh no, but look at this, where Adder's inserted towards B main. He's risking it by not looking towards, I mean, he has a camera watching that window. Oh, he just spotted
so-
feet.
Wait, get your gun out.
Free feet.
Oh, in the hat! Wait, there's more! Wait, Adder. It's just that guy. Oh, not the third. Oh, neuro theft. Oh, B-Dog. Oh, couldn't get the second shot out in time. M80. It's possible. Hunter's Fury for BCJ. It's up to Xander to get the plant down.
Beautiful.
And he has the pit. It's a 2 for 1.
A flank.
This is possible. Silence. Deals with 1. Now he's left with 1 target left. But the pit is up from M80 and the plant. Silence has to outthink his clone on the other side.
And Silence also has his own pit. This could get very mucky right now. The walkout, the kill!
Oh, the timing! Oh, Xander! The clutch lord for M80 pulling rounds and making this close.
Remember when Dan Dryad asked Emily who you want to look out for to deadlift the team? Can BCJ do it? Maybe not today, but Xander definitely is. How many 4Ks has he had? How many 1v1s has he won? He's keeping a dream alive right now for M80 and M80 fans to see this third map happen. Once again, economy broken for Turtle Troop. And Xander's at 21 and 11 in 19 rounds played. I feel it's way more than that because they've been so impactful.
Makes me nervous. You need someone to deadlift that hard, though. As there was almost an exchange at A hallway. Now we look towards B main. Mid control too for M. At least their half.
Yeah. Well, right now for M80, when they worked out towards the hallway and they saw the push out from main, well, okay, these guys are playing sheriffs across the board. They're not playing a gamble stack. They're not trying to get the crossfire set up against us. So let's just group up and try to work out towards where that jet was. Because usually jet, once they're discovered, you might rotate them around. Now they know that B-side's weak. They get that pick. That's beautifully done. A clean entry and potentially set up for a flawless right now, as everybody from TTR is so far away from the rotate.
How many guns can you take it away? I mean, M80's economy is out of control with 4 rounds in a row strung up. So keep M80 within 1 round if they can pull this off, and surely, right? TTR having sheriffs at a distance. You just have to time as the wall comes down, and that's off of Xander's call. TTR have already emerged with the sheriffs, so Xander can just play safe, play his life, but it was, you'll just outgun them with the Vandal, of course.
Yeah.
Silence is on the site. I don't know if they know this, and gets exposed. Maybe can isolate the 1v1 against Xander. Nope.
Nice flash by Nismo, too, that came out from B main to flash the front site and then just allow Xander to have a clean 1v1 against, I think that was Stellar towards the back of Berlin. So very, very nicely done. I was going to mention he was looking to be a flawless coming out from M80 until you saw TTR come back, group up. They actually leveraged Xander's wall to their advantage, grouping all the way up towards Berlin. And then as soon as it came down, you started to see these shots pop out in the favor of TTR. But now they're finally starting to see here that maybe the confidence that they brought out on their attack side of TTR, it's not going to be the same type of momentum that they're bringing out here on the defense. M80 is also starting to really figure out how TTR is playing the defense. And it's just brute forcing, playing inside sight, winning these fights, and then just not allow TTR to get those good timing backstabs that they were so good on in this second map.
Xander's like going horizontal. He's like, I got my one. I'm not the problem. 24 kills. What more can you want from them? What more can you want out of M80 when this did not start out their way? What was it? 6-3 sort of start in favor of TTR, and the lead just barely kept by TTR. This is a big round. Just look at the economy. TTR lose this, have to save again, and with the ults, you would expect this to be a TTR round. But anything can happen. It's Valorant, I guess.
It is Valorant. In these moments where even rounds with sheriffs could turn it around for you in ecos if you just find good timings and luck is on your side. Yeah, an interesting pit to start things off here. And I'm not against this, right? This allows you to put more trips into the A site for trap plays for TTR. And if there's actually a heavy focus towards a split on the A side, you're still in a great position to pull up the wall, open it up, and still cover that area over on A main to help. I mean, look at the pit. It looks like it's even oozing down towards the mid double doors, so you can't even enter towards that side. So now you're funneling M80 to work towards this B site where B-Dog's at with the op. And he's been good with it so far.
Okay, but I don't like that you said oozing. That's
Yeah, but-
gross.
No, that's amazing.
Knife.
And
Well,
Stellar, though, also, just one more thing. Stellar also has a Hunter's Fury, and he's playing all the way towards spawn. So he's set up to just support towards his B side, too.
There's a reaction. Even B-Dog with the first pick as M80. Gotta commit, or they gotta dodge the Hunter's Fury. They make their way onto the site, and there's the null command from Nismo, but Corey is still a problem. How did M80 not clear that left wall? That is such an important part of the site, and it forces their focus to be all in disarray. At least M80 will bring Nismo back once they've
For a split
taken
second.
care. Yeah. Well, there's good bait, I guess.
This is
32.
insane.
For the lead or for the equalizer. Bigger lead, obviously. And Nitro and Xander are injured. Just playing cover on the other side of the wall. They don't even have to peek. Time is on their side. They're the ones that have spike planted. The hand is forced out of TTR. They approach. The molly seals off the one side. Adder picked off as soon as Nitro picked off as soon as he peeks. Adder with 2. Great manipulation of that round.
Oh, man, that was so chaotic at some point. And I do agree with you. How come nobody cleared towards that ladder? And at the same time, that should be pinging around the map, too, when you hear the null command coming out from your opponents. But I guess because they had him funneled towards that ladder and pinned in that area, it gave a chance here for M80 to just fight towards the back spawn, towards Berlin, and try to clear that area first. But yeah, definitely, I don't think Corey should have had 2 kills at that spot. Because you saw that there was a snake butt that was hit there, but he didn't care. He's in null command, so he's just going to jump up and then just get information, hopefully get a pick, and even more information to allow his teammates to flood back. So, love the Chad move that came out there from Corey. Op versus op now for this round. Wall bang onto Koala Noob down to 3. B-Dog also got walled.
We'll have to shake hands and agree to disagree on that one. So, 5 rounds in a row, by the way, from M80 that got now that momentum halted by TTR, who are 2 rounds away from the grand final. And you see how important it is in these rounds. No more mistakes can be made. Now with that smoke up, M80 can push up, and you're not seeing Xander take any big risks to push past that point. I like to round about through the left side of B main for that. Really no mid presence at all, as M80 have just taken their sweet time.
They have to, especially now that Koala Noob's down to 3 HP. And he can't do that same type of Bogdan's Law so that he could actually dash to get information, because now he's only at 3 HP trying to dash in. He's going to instantly die. So they can't create the same space. They still have to leverage him to try to get now a pick with the operator, while Adder is going to have so much information with his cam.
30 seconds left.
Oh, spotted at least one with the camera, and that
Oh my
go
god.
through the cage. The timing, Adder, he's just the goat, and he pings that Sova on the other side of the pyramid. Would spot the swing, but heard some splashing. Nitro having too much fun in the pond.
Spike
10
planted.
seconds left. M80 planted. Everyone
They're
bleeding
so
out.
low.
It's a hemorrhage. Yeah, M80 could get just sneezed at, and TTR would win the round. And they have the numbers. It's a 4 versus 2. This would put TTR on match point. Nitro and Koala Noob.
player
Oh,
standing.
spotting silence, throwing out the molly. Wait, that somehow burns Koala Noob. And either way, TTR get themselves on match point.
Did we think we would get to a point where we're calling a map and series point for Turtle Troop against M80? A team that has been looking to get signed since last year, still sticking together, getting their teammates poached, and then still coming out with new rosters every single time, having to bring in Silence to sub in for We Did for this week, having to fit into the system, and then beating M80, potentially beating M80, a team that has not dropped a single map throughout the whole stage 1 until they faced off against TTR in week 5 and actually lost that series. This is insane how we are in this storyline, in this timeline, that TTR, an unsigned team, is potentially going to a grand finals against Oxygen Esports.
This was the Turtle Troop that also stole the #1 seed from under M80 at the last
well.
seconds. giving Turtle Troop a, an easier bracket, quote unquote, facing a relegation team.
Lol, joke's on you.
But still, Turtle Troop making M80 sweat this hard. 1 round away from facing Oxygen. Green versus green for the green. I love it.
And now this
Green for
timeout.
money.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it means. Okay. Yeah.
I just had to explain it to you just in case.
Well, I'm maybe 40, but I don't really use paper money anymore. Who uses paper money?
So yeah, plastic all the way.
Exactly. Or even like tap. Yeah, you even use plastic? What the hell? You don't tap with your phone?
What are your credit cards made out of?
I tap with my phone.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, important moments. Map and series point for TTR. Recon dart that does get information onto Koala Noob at the beginning here towards Sands. So they know that there's a certain lean towards M80 on this A side hit. Although they're still gambling that because of that ping, M80 would rotate over to this B side. So they're heavy lean towards that side. And Adder is going to have to come up as a titan and a pillar with the anchor hold towards the A site.
Our Lord and Savior's Adder, solo holding A. Trips cameras. But his camera's usually looking at mid. There's no eyes on hallway at all besides a Trip. And I guess you'll hear the door open, so having ears is important. Adder with the neural theft, if you can just get one.
Oh, he got hit by the knife.
That's not good.
He
So
can't
can't use
cage.
that. And there's the emergence of M80 through the door. Adder is a sitting duck. Now a dead one too. As M80 planting immediately off of that. But TTR's retakes have been good. That's why they're on match point. And you got an op from B-Dog. That's going through a hallway. You got a 2-man split from TTR going through mid. M80 stacked on the site. And now because of the knife of Corey, their position revealed. But maybe Xander could get a backstab, depending on timing. So far, it's working out for M80. And you're just barely spotting the barrel of the op. And B-Dog, pipe down, little man. The Nitro. And there is Xander through mid with a backstab. At least getting 2. And M80 still alive.
One of those rare misses from Adder. Just missing that 0 point to break it just foiled the whole plan of TTR and how they wanted to retake that site. You saw him looking at the ground trying to pop the cage up. Is like, wait, I'm actually right here. Oh, I can't do it. Now I'm full flash and I can't protect myself from the hit coming out from M80. And you're seeing them step up despite backs against the wall, winning that fight, and also still putting Xander on a late lurk for the backstab kills, and a face-to-face battle win against B-Dog is nice. And look at this gamble. We actually have a hero op coming out of B-Dog, a Guardian for Corey, and Sherry's for the rest to try to seal the deal this time around. If not, it will just be a rifle round for TTR in round number 24. But they want to leverage B-Dog once again to win this round for TTR.
M80.
Right here.
If they even peek at B, there's going to be a camera from Adder that'll spot them. Still not able to get that first blood for the neural theft. Bless you.
Revealing
Still have a
area.
Trip too at the main gate. Is this will force an updraft? Yeah, dashing in, clearing the left side. That's important. Support from the Hunter's Fury to pressure the back side. Is Adder being discovered? He doesn't even want to be here, especially with the pistol that he has.
Yeah. At least he cleared the space. This is good right now. Now they're playing the pit. Actually, you could close it in right now for TTR. Stellar still has a recon dart that he could throw inside this pit to see if they could take down the Viper.
So M80 get in their turtle shell of the Viper's pit, and they have Koala Noob who can extend and catch TTR crossing in, and B-Dog. Fantastic shot. And Xander, the shotgun in the pit. Are we serious? TTR nullifying the pit is everything, and here's the collapse. 1v2. TTR. Tap the spike, and it's over. Turtle Troop march their way to the grand final.
How did that happen on a retake, fighting inside the pit to get all of these kills? But Turtle Troop has done the unthinkable and has eliminated here M80 from the mid-season cup and going to the grand finals to face against Oxygen Esports. And yes, they are feeling it right now. Somebody's subbing in. This person at the bottom right, Silence, getting out of his seat. Bring it out. And he stepped up to the plate right now, filling big shoes that Roy mentioned before that they're able to get that victory and now move on to the finals.
Two green teams fighting for the green. We have an Oxygen versus Turtle Troop grand final. Who could have guessed this? Let's go check in with the desk to see if they did.
Well, I feel like nobody was expecting these two teams making it to the grand final. You might have thought of one, but both of them, it is Oxygen, and on the other side, Turtle Troop making it to that match tomorrow. And Roy, for today, what we just saw from Turtle Troop was insane. It was once again, are they going to win? Are they not going to win? Is it going to go up to map 3? And it was a 2-0 for them. Very, very close in this last map, almost going to overtime, but a Turtle Troop that I feel like absolutely deserved this win.
I would like to formally apologize to We Did. I'm sorry I doubted your team. I will never doubt you guys ever again. Please forgive me. I see the truth now. It's not a fluke. They're actually a top team in Challengers. They're playing extremely well, even with a stand-in. There really is it's just beautiful to see, to be honest.
It's just amazing to see this Turtle Troop squad thriving and winning these series. And for M80, the team that we always put at the top, M-Elite, and they get eliminated in the semifinals. We're not going to see them tomorrow.
I can't believe it. I was feeling the comeback happening. I was really thinking they were going to save that last round. Yeah, almost. So close. This round from Stellar that was just on the screen was actually a really important round that he won. It was a 1v2. And he had a recon dart that exposed both the opponents that were last alive. And that's what kind of broke the money for M80. So it was difficult for them to get a lot of econ for better weapons. And there's so many different rounds that I want to highlight. I mean, Xander played so freaking good the whole map. Right. He had an ace. He had a 4K. I mean, did he drop 30? I didn't see the scoreboard at the end.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Almost, I think.
Almost. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, close series. I really thought they were going to come back, but Turtle Troops pulls it through and wins 13-10.
Look at even the first kills going the way of Turtle Troop, and in just a way that, Roy, when we talked about when we got to see the compositions, we saw that they were exactly the same. So you already know, and as Emily was saying, you already know how you're going to play is probably the same way the enemy team is going to be playing. And it's just all about shooting and taking down the enemy that way with those 1v1s, with those clutches that we also get the chance to see. And that's how Turtle Troop does it.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, look at B-Dog's first kills, 8. I think, honestly, B-Dog just had a really good read on Koala, and it seemed like he was pretty much always ready to combat him at any point in time. And they were just doing a really good job just shutting down Koala's pressure, and they're doing a really good job just having a read of what he likes to do and all these things.
And then another player that we see on the scoreboard, Adder, 19 kills there, and he was doing such a good job being Cypher on both sides. On the defensive side, we saw him with the trips, exposing where they are, and then his teammates were able to kill them through the cages, and just doing such a good job being extremely annoying. And even on the attacking side, he was pushing up in the hallways and flanking and lurking and being such a good Cypher on this map. So multiple players on that team on Turtle Troopers did such a good job.
It was all the players of Turtle Troop really coming together to close down this series in 2, which is really rare, to be fair. If you look at how this bracket has gone overall, most of the matches have been 2-1s. So it's really rare that the one that we see going 2-0 is this one, the one against M80 and M80 that are not able to secure even a single map on the semifinals. But part of it was B-Dog, and B-Dog was doing exactly what you would want to have in your jet on Breeze, is go take them down, shoot them with the operator, shoot them with the marshalman, those eco rounds, and be that difference maker in that way. Right, he was exactly doing that.
Yeah, have you ever heard the saying like unbind crouch? Well, I think B-Dog unbinded every button on his keyboard except the W key, because he was running it down, and I love him for that. I think I honestly feel like a part of this is Turtle Troops are just a hard matchup for M80. Like, they're really structured, they're really disciplined, they really like to do things together. But Turtle Troop is just, it seems like everyone's kind of has their own freedom and their own individual expression within the team dynamic. And I think that kind of like unpredictability is a big kind of like X factor for M80 to account for.
Yes.
You bring up a good point. I think maybe even Turtle Troopers might be M80's kryptonite or something. I don't know. They're not playing how we see M80, right? And they just really read them like a book almost. And I mean, B-Dog, like you were mentioning, was not afraid to take the fights that was needed, that wasn't letting go of W. And that's what was needed from Turtle Troopers. They definitely have a different play style, which was something that we were highlighting before the match. And it paid off. And M80, unfortunately, wasn't able to counter it enough in time.
And for the M80 fans, I gotta tell you, I have the script. And you know how it goes. It goes the same way as last year. Last year, who was the #1 team? It was the Guard. What happened to Guard during the mid-season face-off? They didn't make it to the grand finals. And people were like, what's going on? What's happening? This is our #1 team. Why did they lose? Why didn't they make it to the finals? And then guess what? They come back in the second split. They look strong. They look better than ever. And then they win Ascension.
Wow.
So M80 fans, it's not copy and write. I
Wow.
swear.
There you go.
I just saw the script.
Yeah, I think you might have just reached into outer space with that one. I'm gonna be honest. Oh my lord.
It just an M80 that I feel like, just going back to what you guys were saying, there's some teams that are really good at matching up with some specific styles, and some specific styles that they struggle with. And I feel like for today, we really did see Turtle Troop being such a good matchup against M80, being able to close it out that way. And that's how it goes down. It goes down in 2 maps where Turtle Troop are going to be in the grand finals. We're going to recap everything that we just saw in these series highlights, but when we come back, we have an interview with a Turtle Troop player.
Standing. Taken out. 1 enemy remaining.
Don't stress. I'm
1 enemy. Standing.
Stay down.
1 enemy remaining. 1 enemy remaining. 1 enemy remaining. One enemy remaining. Remaining.
Found them.
1 enemy remaining. Clutch.
Grounded.
1 enemy remaining.
My ultimate.
1 enemy remaining.
Shot down. My camera is destroyed. Where is everyone?
Spike down, B.
Put down.
1 enemy remaining.
1 down.
And it is time for that interview with Stellar from Turtle Troop, who just took the win against M80. And Stellar, I gotta say, congratulations on this win. It's a big one for sure. You had already won against M80 in that 5th week of the regular season, but now you get to do it again, and you get to do it in that tournament that really does matter, guaranteeing your spot in the grand finals. I want to ask you, how has it been like to see the evolution that the team has had? How has everything been working behind the scenes to see the improvement that we see from you guys now?
Yeah, I mean, everything's been great.
We lost to Winthrop in that second week, and I think it just kind of clicked with everybody since then. Obviously, we have a sub right now, so we're just doing our best to fill him in and play our best. But obviously, it's never going to be 1-for-1 compared to we did. But we're just doing our best. We're trying to have a fun time with him with the sub, and you know, we're just going with the flow right now. Honestly, that's all we're doing.
And I know I like that you mentioned the sub because it's something that I wanted to ask you about. When you have a sub like Silent X, who is really, really good, has been performing, has been filling those shoes that are not easy to fill of we did. Does your IGLing change at all in having to be a little bit more specific, maybe having to deal a little bit more micro, or is he just gets the hang of how the team works?
I mean, we've been scrimming with him for about like a week and a half. So, I mean, he's been filling in since pretty much in practice, but I'm not really changing the way I call or anything. You know, we're just trying to make sure he's comfortable in doing what he does. And, you know, obviously we try to implement the things that Weeded also does, but, you know, I don't want to just try to make him play like not super comfortable or try to make him play a way he doesn't want to. So, you know, it's kind of like a back and forth, I guess like ebb and flow kind of thing with him.
Yeah. And when it comes to this match, we already mentioned it. You had already taken down M80. You're actually the only team that has been able to take down M80, and you take them down not only once, but twice. But did you think this match today was going to go this way? It was going to be a 2-0? Or did you think it was going to be a little bit closer from that other side?
I'll be honest, I have no idea how this match was going to go, especially with the sub. They're on boot camp right now, too. Like, they're boot camping. I mean, we just came in and played really great, and we just came out with the victory. That's it. That's all it is.
And earlier today, we saw Oxygen take the win, which is obviously the team that you're going to face tomorrow for the grand finals. But when I was talking to Redux, he was saying that you guys on the side of Turtle Troop, you have some shooters. Now, when it comes to that matchup for tomorrow, Oxygen also has some shooters. So how do you think that one for the grand finals is going to go? And what do you think are some of the strengths that Oxygen has you're going to have to take care of tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, they're a great team. I've been wanting to play them since the season started. I mean, we've played pretty much the same teams for the most part since Split 1. I mean, Blinn just came in, but we would have had to play Sad anyway. So, but I mean, they have great players, Verna, Redux, Scuba. I mean, all of them are great, to be honest. Mitch had a crazy good game today.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I'm just excited to play other signed teams. Like, that's, you know, they're one of the contender teams to actually ascend. So just even getting to play them, regardless of not having Weeded with us. I mean, it's going to be a fun time. We'll try to have fun. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, you've been getting these wins with a sub, with losing one of the maps and then coming back, as we saw yesterday. You've been doing it in many different ways, and it looks really great for you guys. So congratulations, Stellar, once again on this win. And with that, we get to close out this interview. We're going to bring back the desk to talk about not only this interview, but everything that happened today and also everything that's going to happen tomorrow, Roy, because now we know who are going to be on those grand finals. It's going to be Oxygen against Turtle Troop. And as we mentioned before, this is, I feel like, not what many people were expecting.
Yeah, for sure. First of all, I just want to say that Stellar makes everything seem so natural and just easy that I feel like that's part.
He's chill.
Too chill, dude. Someone's had to say it. He's way too chill, and I think part of that is like it maybe just like seeps into his players, and they all just feel really relaxed, and maybe that's their superpower. Who knows? But I love that. But yeah, this is definitely not the finals that anyone really expected. I mean, obviously there's always a possibility, but yeah, I mean they had a stand-in. They're kind of defying all odds. But I think tomorrow's match is going to be pretty interesting considering the state of both of these teams.
Yeah, it's a match where we go back to even the beginning of the bracket where we think, I don't know who's gonna take this one, because once again, we take a look at this graph for bracket Emulate, and you see the amount of matches that went the distance. I feel like if I had to say who's gonna win tomorrow, I couldn't, but okay, I'll do it just for the sake of predictions and because I want to put you guys on the spot as well. So I'll do it first. I'll be the example, and I think Turtle Troop is going to win tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my.
Honestly, after how they've been playing today, I don't blame you for that, to be honest. But listen, I've been against We Did for far too long, and I feel like if I go on his side this time, then they're going to lose. So I'm going to keep going against them just for tradition's sake, and I'm just going to go with Oxygen.
Ooh, so we have a tie here, Emily. You have to break it. No pressure.
Oh no. You know what? I'm gonna go with Turtle Troopers. I feel like they're gonna win. They have such a different, unique play style than what I'm used to, and they haven't played against Oxygen Esports before. So, well, for a while. So my prediction is that they're going to win 2-1. But I think that both of these teams have a lot to prove. A lot of people were not expecting for these two teams to be in the grand finals and really doubted them, but they proved that they worked hard and hard work pays off. And they both definitely deserve this spot. When we were listening to Redux talk in the interview, he said that he was looking forward to playing M80, but now he's not playing an M80. He's playing Turtle Troopers. So definitely going to be a fun one to watch.
It is going to be a fun one. And it's interesting because for Redux, we hear him saying that he wanted to play M80, but then Stellar says that he actually wanted to play Oxygen. So it's kind of one gets what he wants, the other one doesn't get what he wants. It's a little bit of both. And I feel like that sets us up for such a good grand finals. There's going to be tomorrow for the Mid-Season Cup. This is everything that we have today, though. So thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll be here for at the same time, same place for those grand finals between Oxygen and Turtle Troop.
Standing. One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining.
Down and out.
Loosen up.
Spike. One enemy remaining. Ready. Enemy remaining.
Oh, you little homie! Crash got a hit.
Seconds left. One enemy remaining. Flawless. One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining.
One down.
Seconds left.
Give me those back.
One enemy remaining.
Enemy kill.
One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining.
My eyes are better than...
One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining.
Enemy down. Turret down.
One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining.
Watch you find it. Blinded.
One enemy remaining.
My ult's ready.
One enemy remaining. Clutch. Spike down. One enemy. One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Your fault.
One enemy. Player standing.
Taken out.
One enemy remaining.
Don't stress.
One enemy.
Reeling them in.
Last player standing.
Stay down.
One enemy remaining. One enemy
My ult's
remaining.
ready.
One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining. Hey,
Nailed it.
one enemy remaining.
Found them.
One enemy remaining. Clutch.
Grounded.
One enemy remaining.
Find death. My ult.
One enemy remaining.
Shot down. My camera is destroyed. Where is everyone?
Spike down B.
Put down.
One enemy remaining.
One down.